Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. For our American brothers and sisters, pre-patch is already here. But we in the EU still have a little longer to wait. But it does mean that we have a chance to talk. Backing up before the lure apocalypse that is guaranteed to happen every time there's a big patch that drops. And the next big thing, which is playing and learning your class during this wonderful time we call pre-patch. Now, for us grizzled veterans of WoW, we know there is one thing a new patch always brings. No. It is not the fresh dangers and troubles to overcome. It's not the new class rotations to learn, but we will talk about that in a little bit. Not even the drama of systems either being removed or new ones being added. Oh no. The first thing that you will always have to overcome, the first boss that must be slain in every major patch, is the joy of the lure errors, the outdated add-on warnings, the amazing super fun loss of all your precious add-ons, your new eyes, your weak cores, everything that you have done disappearing, meaning that your first couple of hours spent experiencing this lovely new content is rebuilding what you had in the past one. To avoid this, we are going to learn to copy our add-on folder. Now, I know already that you are, if you're a veteran WoW player, you're, as I say, a grizzled old veteran, you're already sat there going, I've done this, dude. I've done this. If that is you, one, I salute you, my brother. You know the pain. But if that's you, I would say jump ahead. There's a timestamp down in the comment section. Click that, and we will get straight into talking about classes. For those still left behind, let's talk backing up, so we do not have this pain of losing all of our hard work. Now, this section is for those that are unsure how to go out. How do you even start backing up your add-ons? Maybe worried that by going into the WoW folders, you're going to delete something that you shouldn't. So let's get into this. We're going to start off. We're going to open up our Battle.net, and we are going to select World of Warcraft. Underneath the game logo, as you can see here, we've got Shadowlands, nice and shiny. You'll see options, and this will bring down a drop-down list. Halfway down, you will see Show in Explorer. This will open up a window outside of Battle.net. As you can see, mine, I've got Classic, I've got PT, I've got Retail. Not lucky enough for Beta as yet, but you may have more or less, depending on what you have installed. Now for this, we're primarily interested in Retail, but I will say, if you have a major patch coming in Classic, this works exactly the same. Now you want to double click inside Retail on Interface, and this will show a folder called Addons. You may have used your Sherlock Holmes-like deduction to guess this is home to all of our add-ons. Now be aware, depending on how many add-ons you run, this can be one hell of a meaty folder. I think, for example, mine clocks in at just under 700 meg. So yeah, it's not a small folder. If you have space though, I would highly recommend literally right-clicking on the add-ons folder, selecting copy, and then wherever you have space, right-clicking again and hitting paste. As you can see here, I'm copying my add-ons folder to my desktop. Now, I'm not going to let this go through because I've already done this. Yeah, I've been there before. But if you're not interested in saving everything, this huge big folder, and prefer instead to copy just mainly the big things, the weak cores, the LVUIs, your tell me whens, etc., then this can all be done from inside the game. So, let us jump into World of Warcraft. So we're going to start off with LVUI. We're going to go into the in-game menu and obviously click LVUI. Head down to the very bottom of the options on the left-hand side and you will see Profiles. You will see at the very top, once we're in the Profiles page, there is Export Profile. Now this will take you to what looks like a blank screen. Don't worry. At the bottom there are two drop-down lists. Profile is the main one. That is kind of everything that makes up your LVUI, your character's profile. That is everything. That's the main one we're going to want to copy. But as you can see, there are a number of options. I've covered a lot of that in detail in my LVUI guide. You're more than welcome to go and look at that for a bit more in-depth. Now we're going to leave the text option as it is, and we're simply going to hit Export, and a massive wall of text will suddenly appear. Now to simply copy this, we're going to do Control-C, and that will copy all of that text. Don't worry, by the way, if you deselect it just by misclicking, I've done it before in the past, just do Control-A, and that will re-highlight all the text, and then you're good to just copy that. We're going to open up Notepad, we're going to Control-V into Notepad, and that will paste all that text there, and we just save that file. Yep, just save that Notepad wherever you want to save it. I always save mine to the desktop. That's it, you're done. Your whole profile is now saved. We can breathe. And pretty much that's how the process is repeated. So we're going to look at weak auras next. Type /WA in chat, or just click the icon on the minimap, whatever you're more comfortable with. Then we're going to go find the weak aura that we wish to copy. For this, we'll select the interrupt CD. Let's be lazy and pick the first one. Simply right-click on the weak aura, and you will see export to string. Again, like the LBUI export, you will see a massive wall of text come up. And again, like LBUI, we're simply going to do Control-C to copy all of that text. We're going to open up a notepad, Control-V, paste all of that in there, and then we're going to save it somewhere. Again, I would save it to my desktop. It's entirely personal preference. Last, but by no means least, we shall do Tell Me When, which is a little bit different, but you're going to see a lot of this is the same. We're going to open up chat, and we're going to type /TMW, and this will bring up Tell Me When, and show you all your bars all over the place. We're going to right-click on any one of these bars, it doesn't matter which one, and that will bring up the Tell Me When window. At the very bottom, there is Import Export. Simply select Export to String. At this point, you will be presented with all the different bars, options, the globals. Again, pick whichever one you want, and then copy the resulting text into your notepad, and you are done and dusted. And that is it. You are all safe and sound and backed up. Of course, this is only a very small selection of add-ons, but you'll kind of get an idea that as we look through even just those three, easy for me to say, they are very similar in how they work. But if you've got any problems, any issues, you're not sure about something, by all means, just ping me a message, leave a comment, and I will try and help best I can. Now, when 9.0 drops, you may find nothing happens, and everything is great and happy, and you can play with no issues. You've been Johnny on the spot, you've made sure everything's been updated, but trust from someone that has been there. If you have lost everything and not backed up, it is a nightmare. So it's just better safe than sorry on this one. So you're safely backed up now. We can enjoy pre-patch. We can enjoy 9.0. So it's time to talk classes. Now, once logged in the first time, the biggest thing that we generally look at is going to be what's changed in my class. What rotation? You know, what's the rotation look like now? What are the new spells, the abilities? What have I gained? What are the new talents I have to play with? The next thing people will do, or maybe even before they've logged in, will be, look at the guides! Run to Wowhead, run to MMO Champion, wherever you go, run to the Discords. What is the best rotation? What's the best talent build? I would say this from personal experience, please don't. Just take a second. Just deep breath, rein it in. Explore the talents for yourself. Try different combinations. There is no new Raid.io score. There is no new PvP season. Just breathe. Pre-patch is a wonderful time because it's like, if you follow football, it's like pre-season friendlies. It realistically means nothing. It's just a time for you to have some fun, try out some new things, experiment a little. It is the very best time to learn more about your class or to discover a totally new one. Then, if you want to see how this affects numbers, by all means, because the deeps are important. Head over to something like Raidbot, etc. Start trying out your builds. Start putting in the different combinations of talents that you're going with, and just see what comes out. Maybe even, as a crazy idea, do some things in games. I know, shock horror, but look at what the numbers are telling you. And more importantly, because I always prefer this to just raw how the numbers play out, which I know is the minority thinking, but how does the rotation feel? How does this feel while I'm playing it, having these talents picked? Does it feel right? One thing I found is once you understand a class, you can create builds that on the surface, when simmed, will look bad. But for you, the playstyle works, and they give you a better, more consistent result, and you being the most important part of that. If the build you create means that you can move around more, you can be more aware of your surroundings, therefore you avoid dying. Does it mean that you can now focus more on interrupts, actually helping your team out? As a whole, they're good things, and you will find you're far more welcomed into groups. On the flip side, you got somebody that just copies a guide without understanding what it actually means, and they can only achieve 70% of the result. And they still don't interrupt, and they die every 2 seconds. But hey, they're playing the meta, so they must be good, yeah? Take the Warlock, for example. The best build currently for demo requires you to have a good knowledge of how demonic consumption works. It focuses all of your gameplay into maximizing those windows of opportunity around your tyrant. You want big, fat, 400% plus tyrants. But if you struggle to maybe be situationally aware enough to know, okay, I've got a window here, what's going to happen next? I know I can stand still, I can build up for this, I can build up, and instead you're over dying, or you're only getting sort of a 120, 150% tyrant, then is it better to look at the more passive options that give you guaranteed results? That's why Blizzard creates these choices. But only by understanding your class, only by taking this time to play, get hands-on, to make those judgment calls yourself and understand why you're making them. It will 100% take your enjoyment of the game to a next level. And that's what pre-patch is great for. So go out, have some fun, do some dungeons, try PvP, whatever it may be. And don't even take my word for this about how good pre-patch can be. Zach, better known as Asmogol, posted this on Twitter. Really excited to play 9.0 tomorrow. Pre-patch is always one of the best times in an expansion's life cycle. Everyone is down to do anything, and everyone's always online. It's pretty much what I wish the game was always like, and I could not have said it better myself. So go out, enjoy 9.0, have some fun. But that is enough for me, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for watching. Stay safe and have a great day, and I'll catch you all tomorrow. Laters.